All right, so in this to continue the game, this shooter style game, just as a reminder, it's basically people pop up and you shoot them with your cursor. Okay, so it's like that. It's pretty exciting things. All right, so I am going to kind of complete this. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is just go ahead and do File, New Scene. And we're going to do File, Save Scene As, and this is going to be underneath Scenes, and this is going to be our start screen. Okay, so I'm just going to call it Start. And basically, it's just going to be we'll go to Create UI. This will be the first thing that they open up, and we'll just do, let's see, we'll just say Image, and I'm just going to have Game on here so I can see it. Actually, I like to put it. No, we'll just keep it here, actually. So I'm in game view, and I'm just going to click on this, and I'm going to hold and shift, make sure it's in the center, and then I am going to go ahead and take the width and height. So my game should be, I don't know why it should be 1024 by 1024. So I'm going to take my width and height and do 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1024 by 1024, so it's the same as this. I'm going to take the color and just make it kind of a darker gray. You can put whatever you want back there. I would suggest making like a nice pretty image or whatever. And now what I'm going to do is go ahead and add my buttons. So I'll do a button. You can see it down here. I'm going to click on this, hold Alt and Shift, click, boom, there it is. And I'm going to make it a little bit wider, just because I want to. Do 50 by, we'll say 150, and leave it that color. Again, I could take this and choose my own sprite, but I didn't do that. But you might want to, so you don't end up with an ugly button like I have. Okay. Underneath that, I'm just gonna go ahead and we're gonna make the text say Start. All right, so it's gonna be our Start button. And font size, I'll do, let's say 24, so it's a little bit bigger. And I'm going to leave it like that, that's all fine. Now what I want to do is, I don't really like this font. It's just a generic Arial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new folder in here, create folder, and we're going to call it fonts, okay? And I'm going to go on the interwebs here, and, not that one, there we go. And I'm going to go to dafont.com, okay, www.dafont.com. And then in here, I can look up different fonts. So I'm just going to go with this one, because this one just came up. And I will download, and I'm going to save it, hit OK. It's going to go up here, and I'm going to hit the little folder so I can see where it is. I'm going to extract all. It's going to pop up, and here we go. So I have basically these fonts available, so I'm just going to grab them all, Control C, and I am going to, let's see if I can just paste them in here, Control V. Looks like I cannot. Okay. Oh, you know what we can do? I can just do it like this. I'm going to take them from here and drop them in there. There we go. So now I have these as possible fonts. So I'm going to go back to my text. I'm going to click on this, and here we go. So I have Shaka Pow, Shaka Hollow. We'll just do that one. Start. Okay, so that's just, just decide on that. All right. And I'm going to rename this Start button so that I know what it is. Start_BTN. All right, and I am going to duplicate this. And I'm just going to take the position Y and lower it behind this one. Okay, and we're going to name it Quit button. Quit button. Fantabulous. And I'm going to go to the text, and it's simply going to stay quit. Beauteous. All right. Now I need to add the business in here in order to make it work. So I'm going to go to scripts, and I don't have a script for this, so I'm going to create a empty, and we're just going to call this Start Screen Controller. And I'm going to make a new script, create, and JavaScript. I'm just going to call it Start Quit controller script. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna double click to open it up. All right, and I'm just going to make 2 custom scripts in here. I just like to do that. So I'm going to do a script that's going to be called start game. So I'm just going to add that there, and the other one's going to be quit game. Quit game. Okay. And you may remember we've done this before, so it's going to be application dot load level, and the level I want it to load is going to be main. And then to quit is just going to be application dot quit with no arguments, and that's it. Control S, and that is good. And I'm just going to minimize that. Go back in here. Hopefully I don't get no weirdness. Okay, I'm going to take this start quit, drop it on my start screen controller. Good. Now what I need to do is on my start button, I'm going to go ahead and click on the little plus, and I'm going to drop the start screen controller, because that's the one that's got the script that I want. And you'll see start quit controller and start game. I'm going to go to this one at the little plus, and I'm going to drop the start screen controller object. And again, it has that script attached to it, and this one's quit. So now if I'm just going to go ahead and save this, and if I go to hit play, it looks like this. If I hit start, it'll start the game. Great. Okay, and the other one will do quit, but you won't be able to see it because unless it's built, it doesn't. There's no way to exit out of it. So, good. So that's it really for setting that up. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go to scenes here, and I'm just going to double click on main. There we go. All right, so I am going to now work on this. And what I want to do with this. So we are basically going to add some stuff. So I would like to be able to keep score and those kind of things, have some user interface elements in here. So I'm just going to go to create, UI, and I'm just going to do text. And this text will be the, we'll call it timer text. All right, that looks good. And you can see it's right there. It's muy pequeño. So I'm going to take this and let's do, I don't know what upright looks like. It looks, All right, and I'm just going to change the size to, let's try 32. And I'm going to change the color to white since it's dark. And you can see when it's 32, it's more than the height. Once the height gets to 32, it can, where'd you go? It can support it, but it needs to be at least that amount. So I'm just going to make sure this is at least that. I'll just do 50 just to make sure. Make sure this is centered, and that all looks fine. I am also going to add a component. I think it's something like shadow. Let's see, did that? I think that worked. Yeah, so then it just to add a little pizzazz, if you will. Good, that works fine. And good. Now I'm going to take this timer text and click on here. I'm going to hold Alt and Shift, click on the top. So it's to the top, which, there we go. Just going to put the timer right on the top here. And that looks fine. So I'll just write timer in here so that we know what it is. But this text is going to change anyway. All right, and I'm going to take this again and just go ahead and duplicate it. And I'm going to call this one the score. And I'm just going to write score on this so I know what it is. Score. And all the rest is fine. I'm going to click on this and hold Alt and Shift and go to the bottom. So I'm going to grab this one, sorry, the top one here, and do -100. -100. And then I'll take the bottom one and we'll just do 100. That way it's somewhat similar. So there's the timer, there's the score. It may make more sense to do left and right, but we'll just do it like that. That's fine for now. Good. So I'm score and timer are the two main things I need. Now I just need a way to basically edit those. So I am going to make a script for just this timer specifically. So I'm going to go to scripts and we're going to right click and create a JavaScript, and I'm going to call it timer script. And I'm going to double click on it. It's going to try again. It's going to pop up there. And I'm going to go ahead and drop this onto game controller. Okay, it's just one more thing the game controller will control. All right, so inside of here, I'm going to need some variables. I'm going to need a variable that's going to hold the timer text, which should be lowercase. This is going to hold the text element of the timer, and so it is of type text. And I'm also going to need to do a public variable time. This is going to be the amount of, it's going to be a float. And basically this is going to be the amount of time. I'm going to set it equal to 60. So basically you have 60 seconds. I'm going to make a timer that goes down, not up. Okay? And then I need a couple more variables. A variable that's going to hold my score. Alright. Then you'll see what this is for later on. Which is just going to be an int and another variable that's going to hold the final score object. You know what? Let's not worry about those right now. Let's just get the timer working. So I'm going to take that out too. This way it's a little less confusing. Okay. So I'm going to do a function fixed update. Alright. Boom. And what we're going to do is we're going to say if time is greater than 0, meaning that it hasn't reached 0 yet, I want it to do time minus equals time dot delta time. So basically what it's saying is that it's going to subtract from time, which is 60, what the current time is in the game. Okay, so for every second or whatever. Else, it's going to do this. It's going to say, which I haven't made the function yet. Actually, I don't have to do this because it's only just one thing. Else, it's going to say end game, right? So if the game is done, which is a function I'm going to make. Okay, but I haven't done that yet. And inside of this whole business is going to be constantly taking timer text and setting it equal to on every physical frame. Timer dot text, the attribute text of timer. It should be timer text dot text. Timer text dot text. And we're going to make it equal to. I want to write time left space quotes and concatenate math f dot round to int time. Okay, that might seem kind of confusing. So what it's doing is it's going to take the timer text, the text of timer text, which is this one right here, but that's the text attribute of it, and it's going to make it equal to time left. It's going to put that first, and then math f dot round to int. Basically what it does is that the time is millibajillion seconds, right? I mean, the computer understands more than just individual seconds. So all I'm doing is I'm rounding it to an int, so it's not like 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, you know, well, it'd be faster than that. It'll just do 1, 2, 3, so it's whole numbers, basically. That's what this round to if does, and it's doing it from time, which it gets from up here. Okay? And I am going to go ahead and save that. And I'm going to, just to make sure, I'm just going to go ahead and write my function end game. And I'm not going to make anything happen yet, but I just want that to happen. Okay, and let's see. Did you mean? Okay. Let's see. Boom. Timer. Text. Let me see. Script. Yeah, it says line 3. Variable. Timer text. Text. I don't see what I did wrong there. Sometimes you have to write, let's try this, this might help. Import, what's it called? Hang on a second. So basically you need to write import unityengine.ui, and that will allow it. It doesn't recognize this as a type unless I import that in. Alright, and now what I need to do is go to game controller, take my timer text, and drop it onto timer text here, and if I hit play, it should say time left, and then you can see it's doing a countdown. Okay, so we have that functioning currently. All right.